Hello, over here. Oh, we're live. Yay, hello. Well, looks like I've got two people in so far. Let's wait and see, wait a few minutes to see if anyone else comes on. Yep, there we go, some more. And then we'll start the discussion fairly short. I'll wait for a couple more people to show up and then we'll get the discussion flowing on EA and the new news about Mass Effect 3. Oh, hey, Phantom Lover. Let's go a good few people. So, for those that are now viewing, I'm going to be talking primarily about Mass Effect 3's latest news about BioWare releasing new endings for Mass Effect 3, and also a little bit of IGN sucking up to EA, which I cannot wait to start discussing. So wait a few more minutes, and then we'll see if anyone else pops on through, and then we'll get this discussion started, shall we? So hopefully there'll be a few more people who show up. I'm not expecting a massive turnout, but thank you Stu for coming. Hopefully we'll get a few more. So I may as well actually get the links for the two articles that I'm going to be discussing. So if you'll give me a mo, I should be able to get them. Thanks Charlie for linking me to the IGN one about Mass Effect 3. I didn't know about that one. Okay, so here's the one about Mass Effect 3. It's a video, but just about BioWare are releasing new DLC for Mass Effect 3 that involves a new ending. And also, let's just grab the next one, which is basically IGN giving EA the sumptuous, biggest press blowjob ever. And here is the article dealing with the whole goddamn IGN giving EA the biggest sumptuous press blowjob imaginable. I just love IGN. They're so classy. So let's see. We'll get this fairly started soon. Just one more thing, and I'll just post I'm live on Facebook. Bum, bum. Oop, nope, that's the wrong thing. Oop, shit. Sorry for the clicking, my mic's right next to my keyboard. Can't really do much about that. livestream.com/if you need to. Sorry, I'm mumbling. Can't help it. So, most people weren't even aware of the hatred for the endings. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. They must be living under a rock if people are not pissed off about the ending. The amount of fucking backlash that not only EA and BioWare go, it's unfucking believable. I mean, literally. How can... I just love the wording of my personal favourite. It was a negative blip. That was not a blip. That was a goddamn fucking moon. No, you got me saying moon. Blip, just a little boop on their radars, which was just ungoddamn believable. I mean, I can't get over the fact that basically they fly out and say that we're being too harsh on EA, which I'm like, no, we're fucking not. We're not being too harsh on EA. If anything, we're being too fucking lenient on EA. Look, for those, yeah, thank you, Phantom. For those who don't know, EA has been around for quite a long fucking ass time, and they've been fucking up games probably ever since. And it just kind of pisses me off that they're ruining possibly two franchises that I absolutely adore, the Mass Effect series and the Dragon Age series. They could end up fucking screwing up both of them, and BioWare end up what happened with Origins and Wentworth happened to BioWare, which they just get absorbed into the enormous blob which is fucking EA. I mean, I'm aware that IGN loves sucking off all of the greatest developers, and yes, I had to get my glasses off, they were a wee bit smudgy. I just love how IGN and all these big fucking, supposedly mainstream fucking reviewers are basically giving EA, BioWare, all these fucking massive publishers the most sumptuous blowjob imaginable just so they can get fucking free shit, which is unbelievable. I mean, if you're a reviewer, you're supposed to be in the middle. You're supposed to represent the customer. That's what I do in my reviews. I represent the customers. Yeah, sorry, blowjobs are on my mind at the moment. I don't know why. Maybe it's my day job. I don't know. But yeah, it's just IGN. I've never trusted. I've never trusted IGN for the main fact is they suck up to the developers. They suck up and they suck them off until they can get all the free shit that they bloody want. And it just absolutely infuriates me that they're basically fly out saying that, oh, you're being too harsh on EA, like we're in a fucking primary school and we're picking on the little kid. EA is a massive fucking corporation. I know that. I know their main goal is fucking money. Hello, Airless Dragon. Welcome. Hope I didn't scare you too much. Yeah, kick EA in the fucking head. I mean, not only was EA hated from long before even I was around, long before I was here, and it just kind of pisses me off that basically a lot of these developers, a lot of these mainstream reviewers are defending them when EA has been ruining games since 1992, from my opinion. It's awesome when you get money. Yeah, trust me, I am going to get fucking pissed off at EA in this live stream. It's it infuriates me so much that basically IGN are supposed to be. This is what IGN was supposed to be, from my memory. It was supposed to be somewhere where the common gamer could go and get honest reviews of games. When was the last time we had that? Can anyone mention it? Can anyone mention me once when IGN was actually brutally honest with any of their games when they reviewed them? Or were they always, oh, these games have their flaws, these games have their bits, but yeah, you should definitely get them. It makes no sense. It just IGN, I was about to say Game Station. That's a fucking show player here. GameSpot, GameSpot not so much. GameSpot aren't too bad, but I normally just go away and YouTube reviews. That's where I love to go because that's where I can get honest opinions on them. Because a lot of YouTube followers who I follow review games brutally honestly, and that's what I do in my reviews as well. And that's what IGN should do. But instead, they're sucking up to bloody EA, who are nothing but money grubbing fucking whores who care nothing about what the customer wants, and all they care about is what's mainstream at the moment, what's doing absolutely fantastic at the moment. And you know what's doing fantastic at the moment? Huh, shooter games. So let's try and turn Mass Effect into a shooter game. I'm just half expecting fucking Mass Effect Black Ops next year, which would be fucking outrageous. And the whole thing is just, I can guarantee IGN are going to fucking butcher everything. Classic Game Room is a good reviewer. Yeah, Angry Joe is fantastic. I love his reviews. He's absolutely fantastic, and he's very entertaining as well. That's the reviewers I go. I don't go to IGN because they're a bunch of money grubbing whores who basically get on their knees and go, okay, we're ready to take it, so they can get free shit and free reviewer copies of games. That's all it is. Like, I don't intend to ever get any kind of reviewer copies of games because I'm not that good at reviews. I'll happily admit that. My videos are probably the worst on YouTube. But it's just, I just don't see IGN as a representative source anymore if they're trying to defend EA. EA of all people. EA, I don't know, like, I'm a child of the 90s. As my username suggests, I was born in 1992. I've heard that the video games executives refuse to put female leads in games, usually because of females. Top 5. Yeah, I will also say that there are very much lacking of female protagonists in games. Like, one of the best ones today is, of course, Femshep, and also the Warden from Dragon Age 2, which would be male or female. I'm fully with you, Phantom. I also think we need more female protagonists, but not because I'm an active feminist. Well, I'm not because I don't have boobs. Well, I do, but they're kind of small. But in my opinion, when you're making a character up, it shouldn't matter what their sex is. The sex should be the last thing on your fucking mind, in my opinion, unless you want it to be a main part of the story. But it just, no, yeah, they can be. But it's just, I don't know what it is. Like, don't get me wrong. EA, in my opinion, without EA, there wouldn't be a lot of developers around here. I'll say that EA does do some good, very, 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 very little good. I will say that right now. But it's just, I would love to see a lot more leniency. EA don't take risks. They never have. A prime example of what EA can do to a franchise is the Ultima series. If you don't know what that is, I'd recommend checking out the Spinny Experiment review of the Ultima series, the full thing, because he reviews the series quite well. Dead Space. Dead Space doesn't. I never played Dead Space 1 or Dead Space 2, but I did see a massive difference in the gameplay and the effectiveness between Dead Space. But it's just EA, no matter what game company they fucking buy, they always seem to ruin it, no matter fucking what. It's just they take a game series that is basically absolutely outstanding. Like, we'll use Mass Effect for a prime example. The first Mass Effect game, we can all happily admit that the game was not perfect. The graphics were shoddy, the controls were a wee bit iffy. The thing that made Mass Effect, in my opinion, was definitely the story and the characters, and that's what made Mass Effect for me. And they weren't made by, well, Mako must die. Yeah, Mako was a bit pants, I'll say that right now. But I will say this right now, that even though there were a lot of problems with Mass Effect, I still enjoyed the game. And then guess what happened? The game got massively popular, got a massive fan base. Now, I didn't realise this, but I've been a BioWare fan since Knights of the Old Republic. But then, of course, Electronic Arts came along, which is EA's full name, but I'll just call them fucking EA, or better yet, I'll call them the fucking devil. Just, well, never went on Knights, never played it, might get a try. But it's just, I don't see what EA does. Like, what I remember from EA is EA Sports. That's what I've always seen EA as. I've never seen them as a major fucking entity in any other genre. But back to the Mass Effect thing. Once EA bought BioWare, BioWare's doomed. Like, BioWare for the moment is still holding strong. They still have a loyal fan base. I'm still a loyal BioWare fan, but I'm still waiting at the moment, especially after Mass Effect 3, especially the ending, which a lot of people are starting to fucking defend, and I'm like, you cannot defend that fucking ending. Westwood Studios, okay, yeah, of course, another game on the tombstone of EA, Command and Conquer. I'm not a big RTS fan, but I do know those games had a massive fucking following. But just EA seem to do nothing but destroy game franchises nowadays. It's just, I don't see. Haven't BioWare got the franchise now? Uh, it's debatable. Like, here's the problem when it comes to it. A lot of people have actually started stating to me, like in via message, that why doesn't BioWare leave EA? Like, it's their franchise. Mass Effect and Dragon Age are their franchise. Neverwinter Nights as well as theirs. Baldur's Gates, Jade Empire, all these classic games. Here's the thing though. Once EA bought BioWare and made them part of that, guess what happened? EA gained all the copyrights to those games. And you know what happens if BioWare were to leave EA, which would be a very rare thing? BioWare would no longer have the rights to those games. Excuse me. They would have to fight tooth and fucking nail to get those rights back. But they won't. They won't. So here's our dilemma. Do we want to see BioWare leave EA and leave two absolutely fantastic franchises like the Dragon Age franchise and Mass Effect franchise in the hands of EA, who would just pass it on to another developer? Or do we want BioWare staying there and hopefully growing a fucking set and actually possibly defending their games? It's a dilemma at the moment, and EA are just going to continue to ruin the franchise because EA, all they see is dollar signs. They don't see what the consumer wants. What drew us all into the Mass Effect games and the BioWare games in particular is basically the story, the character. Who here played a Mass Effect game or a Dragon Age game because it was the most glorious looking game ever, as in visually, or the controls were absolutely perfect? Who here did that? Exactly. I didn't play the BioWare games because the controls were fantastic or the graphics were outstanding. I played it for the story. The story, in my opinion, makes a game. That's what makes a game for me. The only problem, don't get me wrong, I don't mind my occasional mindless violence games. That's what I don't mind. Dragon Age 2 sucked too. Dragon Age didn't suck. Dragon Age 2 did not suck as much as a lot of people say it was. I will actually defend Dragon Age 2 to my dying breath. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, as a lot of people will say. Except for one simple reason that kind of pissed me off, and Anders and Fenris I fucking hate with a passion. But I'm getting off track here. It's just... yeah, Origins, of course, was way better. Happily agreed in that. Origins was much, much better than Dragon Age 2. How can you top that? But Dragon Age 2 came out a year and a half after Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins took 5 years to develop. There was no way they could have made a game just as good. So, well, 6, thank you for correcting me. But it's just, it's not a problem, Matt. This is just me. This is just me. I get off track all the time. But I will defend Dragon Age 2 as not a great game, but a good game. I got my money's worth out of the game. I enjoyed some of the characters. My favorite characters being Bethany, Isabella, and Meryl. Those are my 3 favorite characters. The rest of and Varric, of course. You can't forget Varric. But by the way, Anders and Fenris, I don't know how anyone can like those guys. Those guys were fucking horrible. I'll say that right now. Anders and Fenris can go fuck themselves. Why the hate for Fenris? Yeah, he may be hot, but he's a Final Fantasy character. He's got the wavy hair. He's emo. He's got the big fucking sword. The only thing he's fucking missing is fucking Sephiroth's longer hair. You stole that from Angry Joe. Nah, I pretty much hated Fenris from the moment I met him. He's an absolute cunt. I fucking hate Fenris because he reminds me so much of Final Fantasy bloody characters. I hate the Final Fantasy franchise for various reasons. Final Fantasy 8, 10 and 10-2, and 13-2 I fucking hate. And when Fenris appeared in Dragon Age 2, the first thing that popped in my fucking mind was, why is there a Final Fantasy character in this game? Why? Gives a voice to... it's just, he reminds me too much of these Final Fantasy characters that I absolutely detest. There's a certain genre of character that I absolutely despise. It's emo characters. Emo characters drive me fucking insane. It's just, emo characters are the bane of my existence. A good writer can take an emo character and make them good. And I will admit, Fenris is not that bad of a character. I just hate him because he reminds me so much of a Final Fantasy character. I just despise him. He drives me fucking insane. I'm going to have to disagree that he's emo. He starts off emo. He constantly mentions fucking, I had a bad life. It's just, as his character grew, I grew to hate him less, but I still hate him because he reminds me of so much fucking Final Fantasy characters. Yeah, Anders is fucking horrible. I could go into a fucking debate about that. But let's get back on topic before I start rambling on even more. But yeah, just EA just doing nothing but destroy franchises. From the Command and Conquer franchise, as a lot of you have stated, from the Ultima franchise, and slowly but surely, we're going to end up getting what happened to those games happened to BioWare games. Like, we don't know, this could happen to Mass Effect, this could happen to Dragon Age. Dragon Age 3, luckily enough, is not coming out until 2014, I'm told. But even then, it's still got EA and like that in fucking BioWare's ear, trying to fucking convince them to make the games more mainstream. And we may end up getting what happened with Mass Effect happen to Dragon Age, which I'm so hoping doesn't. EA only good at sports games. Yeah, I'll happily say that. EA are only good at sports games and they should fucking stick to sports games. But it's just, you could debate this all you want. Like, I could argue this fact that EA are nothing but devils and assholes who care nothing about money. That is the thing. Like, who here remembers that stupid fucking thing? EA Sports to the game. That's how I remember EA, and EA should only stick to sports, and their E3 fucking press conference is a prime example of that. EA's press conference E3 was nothing but goddamn sports. There was the occasional reference to maybe BioWare came out and basically begged us to play the Old Republic. That was it. And then of course they had a little bit of Dead Space, and then of course they had goddamn fucking Battlefield Prime, which is basically ripping off the fucking Call of Duty thingamabob that they do. They charge you money, which I don't think I would ever do, and I don't see why anyone should. But it's just, it was nothing but sports. They took the least interesting franchise of gaming, in my opinion, and talked about it for an hour. For a goddamn hour they talked about nothing but goddamn sports and didn't actually talk about the real games. Now, don't get me started on sports games are real games. They are. They're sports simulators. That's what they are. They are simulators. They are not games. Games, in my opinion, are something that is sort of debatable on whether or not it's actually meant to be fictional, factual, things like that. but sports games are nothing but sports simulators, and EA is the only company that should be making those, or at least helping the developers make those. And they should have stuck with that. Should not. I don't have a problem with companies expanding. I honestly don't, getting into different genres. But it's just, I don't get it. Did BioWare say why they let EA? I don't know why. I'm pretty sure that I don't know why. I honestly don't know. Probably they just offered them too much money that they couldn't say no. I don't know. Either that or they fucking held a gun to their head. I don't know. But it's just EA have been ruining games for God knows how long. A good idea at the time? Yeah, I can see it. Maybe they got more money to make Mass Effect 2. Mass Effect 2, fantastic game. Perfect game, near enough, in my opinion. And that's fair enough. They got more money to make the game. But the thing is, though, the way EA say it, they made a great game. So when do? We bring out Mass Effect 3 sooner than we planned. Because you can tell Mass Effect 3 was rushed beyond fucking belief. Sure, the graphics looked pretty damn awesome. The story was fantastic in some cases, but it lacked what made Mass Effect for me. It's still a great game. It was still a great game. And yeah, till the ending, but there was a lot of other things during there that I really was disappointed in. Like, there was the lack of what I can say is, in my honest opinion, the lack of RPG elements and the lack of impact to your choices from the previous games. BioWare had promised that, yeah, Tally's face is a big fucking problem. That was just lazy. But, have you heard yeah, I heard that. The dialogue between Anders and Shepard, that tears me up every fucking time. The cut one, that should have been in the goddamn game, and it better be fucking in the game with the fucking new releases. It's just, they took everything out of Mass Effect 3 that was in Mass Effect 2. It made me cry, agreed. Yeah, like, Mass Effect 2 needed more RPG elements. Mass Effect 3 gave us some more RPG elements, but it took a whole fucking chunk of them out. Yeah, Jacob is a whiny bitch, I'll say that right now. But it's just, the Mass Effect 3, besides the ending, if we were to take the ending out of it, it's still a lackluster game. It's still a kind of a disappointing game in some aspects, but it's still a fantastic game. Like, our choices that we made in Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 were completely cut out of it. We had no impact on characters that we'd seen throughout the series. I'll use one as an example. Shiala from Feros, the Asari who was in the Thorian. What happened to her? We got a wee glimpse of her in Mass Effect 2, but then all we get from Mass Effect 3 is a fucking email? We don't even get to see her character? What happened to us? We didn't get to visit all these planets that we had a massive impact on, which is fair enough, maybe they just ran out of time, but that's also the thing. I hate the fact that I have to play online. Yeah, that's also a kind of piss-ass thing, the fucking, oh, you have to play online to get the best ending. It's just absolutely fucking, infuriates me. But I don't blame BioWare for that. I honestly do not blame BioWare for the disappointing stuff in Mass Effect 3, like the lack of RPG elements, the lack of choices that we made from previous games. Like, BioWare promised, and I know this is just gone, but they did promise that decisions that you made in Mass Effect 2 and 1 would come back in Mass Effect 3. And did they? Fuck. All you got was a fucking message. That's all you got. You got nothing else. I'm convinced that it was EA that rushed it. EA do nothing but rush their games. They're like, we need to get it out as soon as fucking possible so that we can make money off of it. And that's wrong. And of course, day one DLC is completely not bullshit as well. I'll say that right now. It's just, it kind of infuriates me a bit with that. But it really fucking pisses me off that basically EA rushed Mass Effect 3. There's no ifs, buts about it. I'm pretty sure EA were behind BioWare and were kind of like, you know what, how about we try and get this game out as much as we can. Just had any choice in the matter. True, saying there's a bit of an the PC version kept crashing. Suppose that. It's just, as I said, EA are nothing but money grubbing holes, and I can definitely see why. Fair enough, they are one of the most well funded, and they can supply and help make a lot of great games. But EA only see money. They only see, like, they give them a set schedule to release a game, fair enough. But BioWare need to grow, as GamerMD says, they need to grow some quarian testicles. That's what they need to do, so they can fucking go at EA. You know what? This is what we promised us. It's going to take us fucking longer than we planned. You've given us a fucking deadline until 2012, and now, guess what? Screw it, we're going to wait another year. I personally would have gladly waited until 2013 for Mass Effect 3, if I'm going to be honest, because it would have added more to that. Am I lagging out? Am I lagging out? Am I lagging out? No, I'm good. It just, I would gladly have waited. It's just, it really infuriates me that so much stuff was taken out from Mass Effect. You can see that. You can see that EA rushed BioWare. And when you rush them, they don't get the best job done. And I think I'm kind of glad with. I'm going to get to this topic fairly shortly because I'm rambling on here. But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure BioWare have just went, you know what, fuck you EA, we kind of need to say sorry to our fans who are pissed off at us, and we are pissed off. We are pissed off beyond fucking belief about just, with this news about them releasing new endings. And I'll get to that momentarily, but it's just, I need to talk about this. It's just, this is what EA does. EA, all they see is money. And that's no problem, they want to make a profit, but here's the thing, if you, yes, moment of silence for Marauder Shields, you will be remembered. But it's just EA need to realise that the more time that's put into the game development, the more time that's put into it, the bigger the payoff. And BioWare are prime examples of this. How long would you expect to roughly wait until until you wanted to see Mass Effect 4? And here's my another thing. Mass Effect 3 should have ended with Shepard. You should have an option. You should either have three choices. You should have a good ending, a bad ending, and a neutral ending. Bad ending, the Reapers win. Neutral ending, you win, but Shepard and all your teammates die. Good ending, everyone lives. It's not easy, but you can get that fucking ending. That should have been the ending. Those should have been one of the three endings, not red, green, and blue. It kind of fucking infuriates me that we're getting this. Yeah, we have to earn our happy ending. We don't just fucking get it given to us in a fucking silver platter. And that's just how I saw it ending. I have my own picture of how Mass Effect 3 should have ended. But, yeah, my ending's wrong. It's just, we had earned that fucking ending after three solid games, and in my honest opinion, over 400 hours into the Mass Effect series. That's how much I love this series. And EA have almost ruined it. They have almost ruined the Mass Effect series. Yep, 120. Well, a lot for a student. Yep, that is a lot of money. Like, I got Mass Effect 1 pre-owned. I'll happily admit that. Mass Effect 2 I bought the day it came out. Mass Effect 3 I bought the day it came out. And I spent easily 120 plus pounds on it, which is absolutely infuriating that I've spent so much money on that, plus the DLCs as well. How much money is that in total? It's coming up for nears. Okay, welcome, Alex. took you long enough, but it just, that's what I just want to get across there, is that EA are devils. They are assholes. Mass Effect 1 had up to 2 DLCs without EA. Mass Effect 2 with EA. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. The problem is the DLCs for Mass Effect 1 were not that great. Mass Effect 2's DLCs, however, were fantastic. And that it all comes down to that EA gave them more money. So it is kind of a good thing and a bad thing with when you're partnering with EA. They will give you sufficient funds if your game does well enough. However, if you don't, they don't give you fuck all. Arrival and Lair of the Shadowbroker are awesome. Yep, Arrival and Lair of the Shadowbroker were awesome. But don't overlook Overlord. Overlord was a fantastic one. What DLC do you think? We'll get to that in a minute, Alex. That's about the latest announcement about the new endings for Mass Effect 3. But it's just, EA, I have to admit, do some good. They do some good, but whatever good they do is dwarfed by the fucking shit that they do, which is unbelievable. And it doesn't matter anymore that EA just see nothing but dollar signs. They funded Mass Effect 2. They gave BioWare enough money to make the DLCs. Without EA, would BioWare be able to do that? They would have been able to do it, but not have it look as good, maybe. But we'll have to wait and see. Not paying for the endings, Mass Effect. Okay, I think I can move on to the main reason I wanted to do this live stream, and it was the latest news that BioWare have announced that they are going to be releasing. I think you will actually have to pay for them. I haven't been able to find the article that it was mentioned in. I'm going by various sources, including IGN, which I don't trust immensely, but apparently BioWare have announced on a website or two that they are going to be releasing new endings for Mass Effect 3 that will change the ending. But also there are also a couple of things flying about that this DLC you will have to pay for. I'll let that sink in. You have to pay for. There are a couple of things flying about that. I can't. Don't kill me, okay? I'm only the messenger. That's what's going around the grapevine. There are some rumors that you may have to pay for this DLC, which is bullshit if you ask me. It's tempting. It is fucking tempting beyond belief. I will say that right now. But here's the thing. The extended cut DLC is still to come, and that will be free. That will be free. That is guaranteed. Why aren't the other endings? Why are they not free? Are you basically saying that the game that I bought Mass Effect 3, I paid £60 fucking pound for the collector's edition. I got the fucking Javik DLC, which was a waste, in my opinion, a wasted opportunity. And you know what we get? We don't get the full fucking game. Instead, we get the cupcake endings. And of course, Tally's face, which is fucking atrocious. Yeah, Javik wasn't free, but I got the collector's edition, so he was free, so I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, they're basically saying, you know what, we didn't give you the full game. We didn't give you the full game, so we're going to give you the full fucking game now. No, that's fucking no right. That is not right. You give us the goddamn ending that you promised us, okay? That is not how you do it, BioWare, and that's not how the fuck you do it, EA. I can fly out say right now, if they're going to charge somewhere in the range of 800 Microsoft points for the ending to Mass Effect 3, I will be fucking pissed. Oops, a little spit. Yeah, sorry. I will be pissed beyond fucking belief if that is the case. You do not do that. You do not do that to loyal customers who have spent hours and hundreds of dollars and hundreds of pounds on a series of games that we have enjoyed. Instead, you know what we're going to do? They're going to fist fuck us. They're basically going to say, bend over and get ready to take the DLC up the ass, and you're going to fucking pay us for it. That's basically what they're saying. And it infuriates me about this. Now, yeah, sorry, I'm a bit graphic, I can't help it. Just be glad I didn't do a live version of it. It infuriates me. It really does get my blood fucking boiling. That basically they're going to be charging us for the ending to the game that we want to see. Now, fair enough, they would have not. Here's what I say about this. No matter what the ending would have been for Mass Effect 3, no matter what the ending would have been, not everyone would have been happy. Not everyone would have been happy. Not every single fan would have been happy. I can guarantee that. There would be people who would not like any ending that came out for Mass Effect 3. I can guarantee that. But yeah, Harbinger should have had more than the camera. I went to the boss battle with Harbinger. But that's what I'm saying here is, but the thing is though, that would have been a small amount of people that would not have liked a new ending. That would have been it. A small amount, maybe somewhere in the range of a third of the people who bought the games would not have been that happy about it. But, you know what? Guess how much of the percentage of the fans hated the current ending? Almost every single fan hated that ending. Every single one. There were people who enjoyed it, and who will defend it. I have actually argued with people who would defend the ending. Even a guy on IGN would defend the ending, which is saying something. This is sucking up the EA again. It's just, I will never defend the game. I will never defend that ending because the ending is horrible. The ending is the worst ending to any story arc ever fucking conceived. And this ending will go down in history. In fucking 50 years' time, people will end up going, you know what, this was a horrible game, but it wasn't as fucking bad as Mass Effect 3's ending. Yeah, defend the game, but not the ending. That's what I say here. And that's what I get across to everyone out there is that I will defend Mass Effect 3, but I will not defend that goddamn ending. The thing that they pulled out their goddamn ass. I mean, there are various endings that they could have written. And another thing, one of their lead writers, Drew Karpyshyn, who wrote the first 3 Mass Effect novels, left BioWare shortly before Mass Effect 3 was released. And he'd been a lead writer on Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Why did he leave? Why would he leave before the biggest release of probably his career? Maybe he'd argued with EA. Maybe he was actually one of the few BioWare teammates to actually stand up against them. Who knows? Only him. Could Shepard be alive for the future DLC? Possibly, yes. Possibly Shepard can be alive. Especially the Destroyer ending highly highlights that. And I can guarantee there will be a few endings where Shepard will live. And that's what I'm worried about. They haven't given any specifics on what endings we're going to get. They haven't. They're basically just saying we're going to give you some new endings. We're not going to tell you anything else about it. Oh yeah, you're Watson, Alex. I'm Sherlock. But yeah, just especially at the end of the Destroyer ending, it's apparent that Shepard may be alive. I'd like to emphasize that on may. He may be alive. That may be Shepard. There's no guarantee that that is Shepard. That could just be another N7 Marine. But then why would they show it? And of course, the whole debate, is the indoctrination theory right? I am for the indoctrination theory. I will fully state that the indoctrination theory is the most plausible one from my point of view. But from other people's point of view, they say the indoctrination theory is worse than the literal theory. And I'm for the indoctrination theory. I am fully defending that theory. But the thing is, though, that theory can be proved defunct. That could be wrong. The ending we get could be the ending we get. And, excuse me, that's why I get across there is that the ending that we go will either be the ending that we have to live with, or we're going to have to try and make up our own. Or the DLCs will possibly help us out a little bit. Now, the debate on what these DLCs will include, that's the question. And of course, will they charge us for them? If they charge us for them, I can tell you what I'm going to say, EA and BioWare. It involves these two fellows. EA and BioWare, if they charge for Mass Effect ending, they are going to get 2 major fuck yous from me. What do you think will get a Mass Effect first person shooter from EA? Yeah, if you don't know, Alexander's actually done this in a video. Apparently we were going to get an Mass Effect Black Ops. Luckily it didn't happen. And if it did, I wouldn't have bought it. I wouldn't buy a Mass Effect FPS. Unless I had a decent story, which is doubtful. Like most FPSs. I said that about Command & Conquer. So, it's just, this ending DLC, seriously, if BioWare was a person, I would happily marry them on... Yeah, you're not the only one on that one. Man or woman, I'd take them. But yeah, it's just, that's what what do you think of this? I want to ask you, would you pay for the true ending to Mass Effect 3? Would you? That's my question to you. Yeah, we can share. That'd be an interesting bed situation. Fair enough, Phantom. Fair enough, Alex. Anyone else? Would you buy it? Well, looks like I'm out. Because I can tell you right now, if they charged me for the ending to Mass Effect 3, I can tell you right now what I'd say to them. Go fuck yourself, I ain't paying. Because we need to stand up against this. We do not pay for endings to games. We do not pay for that. When you sell a game, that game is to be complete. You should be able to complete that game without DLC. From beginning to end. That is what you should get. You should get the beginning of the game and the end of the game. And then the big chunk in the middle. You do not say 5 minutes, 2 months down the line say, oh guess what, you're going to get DLC. You're going to get DLC that will add to the ending. I'm like, what do you mean? The ending that you gave me in Mass Effect 3 isn't the real ending? No? So you gave me an incomplete game. I see Mass Effect 3 as an incomplete game. I see Mass Effect 3 as an incomplete game. Excuse me. And that's how I see it. I'm not paying for endings to games. Epilogues. Epilogues, no fucking problem. Epilogues to games, I have no problem with that. Endings, on the other hand, can go fuck themselves. Contact War. Contact War is iffy. Thank you. Someone agrees with me. You give me a game. In fact, I'll grab a game quickly, so I might need to pop off camera. I'll grab a game quickly. Back in 2 secs. But there you go. Let me give you 2 prime examples. Let me give you 2 prime examples of games that, without DLC, have great beginnings and great ends. Deus Ex, Human Revolution. Fantastic game. Absolutely fantastic. It has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. I didn't buy the Missing Link DLC because it isn't necessary for this game. This game has complete. This is a complete game. Everything on this disc, on this fucking disc, is what I paid for. And I got it. I got the beginning, I got the middle, and I got the end. Fantastic game, fantastic story, great ending. That's what we got with Deus Ex if you bought it. I didn't buy the DLC, it doesn't need a DLC, it's a complete game. Kingdoms of Amalur, not a fantastic game, a fun game, a decent game in my opinion. Unfortunately, the studio that did make it did go bankrupt, but here's the thing. This game is complete. Everything that is on here is complete. Everything that's on this disc, everything in there is the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. It's not a great story. It's not great. It's not bad. But that's what we get in these discs. When you give me this disc, you are saying that everything on this disc is complete. That this disc is a complete game. That's what they're saying to me. That's what these people who made the game are saying to me. And you know what? They did. It's a good game. Not a fantastic game, but it's a good game. I'd recommend it to anyone. But here's the thing. We get a good game. This has a beginning. This has a middle. This has an end. Mass Effect 3 has a beginning, has a middle, and has a fucking cliffhanger. I paid for that game. I get everything that's on that disc. That's how I see it. That's how I fucking see it. I paid £60. I pre-ordered it. When Game messaged me, I pre-ordered it from Game, but when they messaged me and says that they weren't going to have the game anymore because they had a fallout with Mass Effect, with EA basically, which is funny as hell, I'll say that right now. I tracked down a place to get a better end, to get my copy. I scoured the internet for 3 fucking hours to get my collector's edition. Thank you, Alex. Get a standing ovation for that. Thank you very much. I'll read a couple of these out. Let's see. Contact War DLC, blah, blah, blah. Do you think Mass Effect 3 ending should have been one ending, not the ending? I would be happy with one good ending, let alone 3 horrible endings. And one other thing. What the fuck is Joker doing with Tali? Sorry, got pissed off with that. Next, let's read a couple more. Oh yeah, I read this board. Let's see. I've bought 4 Assassin's Creed games and I've yet to see an ending. The Assassin's Creed franchise is a debatable one. The games on their own, in my opinion, can stand on their own, and they do have an ending for that particular story arc. That is fine with me. The end to a series is how I see it. When you're going to end the series, that's how you do it. That's what Mass Effect 3 should have been. Assassin's Creed is coming up to the end of the series by the looks of it. The end of the series will be Desmond. Mass Effect 3 was supposed to be the end. Assassin's Creed as a series. Good point, that's it right there. Mass Effect 3 was meant to be the end of Shepard's story. What happened in Mass Effect 4 should have been a new fucking character, with a new fucking story arc, with a new fucking antagonist. That's what it should have been. Assassin's Creed 3 was marked as the ending. Yes, it was, thank you. Everyone here is fucking stating it. Hallowed be thy name. Mass Effect 3 was meant to be the ending. But guess what we fucking got? We got Cliffhanger. Oh, we also got a Star Child, who personally I think would be the only time in the game where you get both a Paragon and a Renegade interrupts to punch the living fuck out of it. The Paragon one being your right hand, the Paragon one being the Renegade one being your left hand, and beating the living shit out of that fucking kid. Did you just say hallowed be thy name? Yeah, hallowed be thy freaking name, clan. It just infuriates me. It infuriates me that yeah, we need a shotgun right now. It infuriates me that basically we never got an ending. With this idea of basically having DLC endings, it fucking infuriates me. It infuriates me, especially if they're going to charge us for it. They're going to charge us for it. Fuck them. Fuck them. And you all know, every single person here knows how much I love BioWare games, knows how much I love the Mass Effect franchise, knows how much I love the Dragon Age franchise. For me to say that if they charge me for a DLC that basically is the true ending to Mass Effect 3, they can go fuck themselves. They can take this Diet Coke bottle, they can lube it up, and they can take it right up the ass. That's what I say about that. Even if they added story to the ending, here's the thing. Story to the ending. If they added story to the game, no problem with that DLC. Like Omega, we want to know what happens to Omega. That's what I want to see. I want to see Omega. Yeah, the next DLC for Mass Effect 3 is I'll go to the EA head office, I'll lube this up, and I shove up the head of EA's ass. Would you pay 800 Microsoft points for that? But yeah, like, here's the thing, like, if they added to the story, I have no problem with an epilogue DLC or a story DLC that adds maybe Omega. Like, we never got to find out what happened to Omega, especially after the events of the Invasion comic, which I don't know the full story of, but I do know that Omega ended up pretty fucking bad. It just infuriates me that that kind of DLC I have no problem with. But when you flat out say that this is the true ending to Mass Effect 3 and you're going to charge me for it, go fuck yourself. Yeah, no idea what happened to Omega, by the way. Tally's Face Reveal DLC, I would buy that for that, sorry. Nope, I wouldn't. I would not buy any DLC like that. Cosmetic DLCs don't do it for me. That's what I say is Tally's Face is also one that's up for debate. I could go on about that for hours. Yeah, I'd watch it on YouTube. I've watched all that on YouTube. That's what infuriates me the most about this, is, excuse me, the flyouts, basically, Angry Joe said it best. They're telling us how their shit stinks. They're not changing their shit, they're just telling us how it stinks. That's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. You can debate on this all you want, whether or not you'd pay for this DLC, whether or not you just watch it on YouTube. I'm just going to watch it on YouTube if they try and charge me for it. I've got my ending. I've got my full ending to Mass Effect 3 in here. I got the ending here. I hate Angry Joe. Fair enough, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I've got it here. I like her face, even if it's not Photoshop, hate that reveal. Yeah, the Photoshop was there, that was a bit bad. But I've got my ending to Mass Effect 3 here. My Shepard got up, grabbed the fucking nuke gun, shot Harbinger in the face, killed all the fucking Reapers, went off and lived and ran it with Tali and had babies. And don't get me the whole idea that they can't have babies, but yeah, dope is. Have you ever heard the Anami about James Vega? Yeah, sorry, not interested in James Vega whatsoever. I personally did not like his character at all. Sorry, James Vega just, no, I did not like him. I don't care. Yeah, it's right up there. I think it's there. Yeah, that there. That there. That's by Alex, that's MD's Tally. That's all there. But yeah, it's just, like, James Vega, in my opinion, is just, he's not a bad character, he's just, I didn't like him at all. I'm sorry, I'm not even interested in the anime about him. That can go fuck himself, that can go fuck himself as well. I may watch it, I may not. Not that interested, but that's the thing. Like, here's another question I want to ask you out there. Do you think EA and BioWare have gone too far asking for money for the ending? I think they are. Do you think that? Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, Phantom, the question is simply, do you think that EA and BioWare are going too far asking for money for the ending to Mass Effect 3? It depends if they add more to the ending and not. No, apparently it's just a new ending. Apparently it's just a new ending. That's what I'm hearing. That's apparently what it all is. The DLC has not been. It's not. It's just a new ending. That's all it is. It's nothing more. They've no hinted at the fact that they maybe added more gameplay, added more cinematics. They've just flat out said to us that, guess what? You're just gonna get a fucking new ending. That's all you're getting. I would just say, fuck you! I watch it on YouTube! Excuse me. That's just my opinion, and lucky enough I see quite a few, all you seem to agree with me. And we'll find out if anyone else agrees with me as well. We'll find out if the clan has a consensus. Ah, Legion, you will be remembered. BioWare to me is a school kid who's trying to do their homework and the abusive drunk stepdad comes downstairs. That's a fucking good analogy! That thought I was dark. But yeah, like that's it. Like EA are just beating them with a fucking dead. Just basically EA is like, you're gonna give us a game. You're gonna give us a game. EA and BioWare are saying we're right. The fans are wrong. As long as this shows us the DLC before we play it. Nope. I guarantee all we're gonna get is a fucking trailer. That's all we'll get. The customer is always right to an extent. The customers who are like me, who are calm, collective, I know I don't seem calm, but I can be when I need to be, who are calm, collective, and point out what is wrong with the ending, or point out what's wrong with the product. Listen to those customers. Don't listen to the customers who I don't like the ending, it's so bad, oh my god, it's just bad because of all this, it's all bad. The ones that are just like raging about it and not calming down and going, here's exactly what's wrong with the ending. Here's exactly what's wrong with the ending. You have to be calm and collective and give them your reasons why the ending sucks. Because we should have jetpacks. Listen to the fans of the series. Exactly. Listen to those who have been playing the games from the very beginning. I've been playing Mass Effect since the very beginning. I know the Mass Effect series inside and out. I know way too much than a normal person should. I know way too much. And I know exactly why stuff's wrong in Mass Effect 3. And that's just why I get it. They're like, this ending DLC is just ridiculous. Wiki. Yeah, unfortunately this is my wiki at the moment. But it's just, the ending, like, the extended cut DLC was a joke for me. That's what, in my opinion, is wrong. Like, the extended cut DLC was a joke. It was free. I was going to do a live reaction to it. I can guarantee that if the extended cut DLC still comes out, I will do a live reaction to it. You can guarantee that. These ending DLCs, if they charge for them, go fuck them. No chance. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say. Is like, I also don't know what else I can say about this except for the fact that EA are nothing but scumbags. And I want to punch them in the face. As I said, I want to take my Diet Coke bottle and shove it up their ass. It really does infuriate me about just how wrong, how freaking wrong this all sounds. I don't know how long I can debate about this. I could talk for another freaking 2 hours about how bad this ending was. It's just, I think I've said everything. I think I have said everything that is wrong with this idea. EA have almost ruined Mass Effect. They have almost ruined Dragon Age. If they fuck up Dragon Age 3, I'm done. I never thought I'd say these words, but if Dragon Age 3 is fucked up because of EA and BioWare, I never thought I'd say these words. I am done with BioWare. I am done. They have until 2014. They have until 2014 and one more chance. One more chance with Dragon Age 3. Mass Effect 3, I will be patient. I will see if the DLCs fix it. But I still will not forgive them for giving us that product. But they have one more chance with Dragon Age 3. One more chance. Screw my vows. Screw my vows. I never thought about that. Now I'm worried about Dragon Age. Yeah. Luckily enough, we've got till 2014, and David Geiger is working on Dragon Age 3, and hopefully, it does not fuck up. But that is my... And by the way, just for those to know, Dragon Age 3 has not been confirmed, but it's not going to be a trilogy. There are going to be future games in the Dragon Age franchise beyond 3. But here's what I'm saying. This is BioWare's last chance for me. If they fuck up Dragon Age 3, including EA, done. Done. Simply it. What's going on here? Is it a good, will you make another Star Wars dance video? Well, I may. I'm still aiming my goal for 400 subscribers before the 20th of July, so we'll wait and see what happens with that. But, yeah, so that's all I want to get out of there. It's like, Mass Effect 3, I'm not forgiving anyone for that. Do you think Mass Effect MMO can go fuck itself? No. No Mass Effect 3 MMO. No. They've done it with fucking Star Wars The Old Republic, which should have been a single player game in my opinion, but go fuck yourself if you think Mass Effect MMO could work. No, no, no. Because the Mass Effect series does not work as an MMO. It does not work as an MMO. The Elder Scrolls series is a completely different kettle of fish, mate. Elder Scrolls series is a completely other kettle of fish. The story's awesome, but I'm not an MMO kind of guy. But a Mass Effect MMO would not work because the Mass Effect series works as this. As you playing as a singular character, trying to affect the outcome of the universe. An MMO would not work with that. Old Republic, borderline done that. I have watched a playthrough of the Old Republic. But the Mass Effect series would not work as an MMO. It never will. Never. You can debate all you want, in my opinion, it will never work as an MMO. Never in a million years. And those who say it will, I just got 2 words for you. Feck off. I know you were just asking, but you know me. If you subscribe to me, you know how fucking passionate I can get about this shit. Hee. I'd like a DLC where you could play as a Reaper. Someone at Dragon Age packed these panels suppose. Oh god, a Dragon Age MMO, no! When... what the fuck? Yeah, trust me, I can get really passionate. In more ways than one, girls and boys. Mwah. I feel dirty now. But yeah, like, the Mass Effect series and the Dragon Age series would never work as MMOs. They never will. The Knights of the Old Republic series also I never thought could work as an MMO, but it kind of does. But that's the thing. I like the Old Republic story, I will admit that, but in my opinion, it should have had the option to have a single player feature. That's what I want to get across there as well. The Old Republic does look like a fascinating game, but in my opinion, it should have had the option to be able to play it as a single player. Have you played KOTOR 2? I attempted to play KOTOR 2, but my computer won't run it, unfortunately. KOTOR 1's the only one I played. But, yeah, as I say, like, the Old Republic, I have watched full playthroughs of all of the classes, but, yeah. And I will admit, my favourite class has to be Sith Warrior because of Vet. BioWare do RPGs, not MMOs. Bethesda's job. Bethesda MMOs. By the way, just let everyone know, it's not actually Bethesda that are making the MMO. It's actually another branch that's making the MMO for the Elder Scrolls franchise. Just let everyone know that. But yeah, like the Elder Scrolls could work as an MMO. That's why I'm saying it could work as an MMO. Obsidian aren't that bad. I will defend Obsidian because they aren't that bad. They aren't as bad as a lot of people say they are. So yeah. Oh, sorry, lag. Ooh, see me. But yeah, just as I say, it's like you can debate on this all you want. Like if you think the Mass Effect series and the Dragon Age series, excuse me, can work as an MMO, good for you. I don't think it can. It never will for me. Just in my opinion. What about Blizzard? Blizzard? Bizarre? Do you mean Blizzard, Alex? Bizarre. Bizarre. If you mean Blizzard, I tried playing World of Warcraft, but I hated it. Sorry. But, yes, the people who made StarCraft. Never played StarCraft. I don't have a good enough PC to play those games. I'm mainly a console gamer. So, yeah. I think that's all. I'm mainly a console gamer. I don't have a good enough PC or the money to actually afford to be able to play a lot of these ones. My PC is a standard PC I built myself, but I need a good graphics card to play a lot of these games. So, unfortunately not. The only game I can play on this computer is Ultima 4, which I got for free on GOG. World of Warcraft gets really dull. I played it for 50 minutes and turned it off. So I don't think there's much else I can talk about this. I have ranted and raved for an hour now about how much this pisses me off. Think of the new Gears of War, Xbox 360. But if I'm going to be honest, if I could, I would upgrade to a PC. So what's this? I think the new Gears of War game soon after Gears of War 3. Gears of War is debatable. I'm not a massive fan of the Gears of War franchise, but as long as it's a prequel, so it kind of works. So they kind of didn't go back on their word. I don't think there's much else I can talk about. Is there anything you want me to talk about before I turn this off? You're more than welcome. If you, in fact, you know what? I'm not. I don't. Okay, firstly, I'm just saying. If you want, I'm going to take a wee break. Just want to get a few more views on this. So we're at 8 at the moment. Try and get people to come and watch me, please. I need attention. I need attention. No, I don't. I'm fine. I love you all. Just got to quickly check something, okay? So get a few. See if we can get a few more people popping on, and then I'll talk on another topic or two for a wee while, and then I don't know where MD is. She's probably busy. I don't live with her. Jeesh. I live in Scotland. She lives in California. What makes you think I know? Why does everyone think I know? Excuse me. I don't know why you're lagging, Phantom. So anyone else, try refreshing the page. That might work. It normally works for me when I'm watching a live stream. So refresh. Okay. So let me just quickly check. Quick check on something. So no lag anywhere else. Okay. Have you tried turning off? Yeah, that always works, doesn't it? Right. Try to think. So, any topic that anyone wants me to talk about in particular? Maybe kill some time. The next Xbox. Yeah, Scottish weather sucks. Okay, so next gen consoles are iffy at the moment. I have no idea. There are specs apparently out there of both the Xbox 360, Xbox 720, and the PS4, but there's been nothing confirmed. There are a fuck ton of rumors flying about. There are a fuck ton of rumors, but yeah, there's no way to tell how good or bad these are going to be. So I can't say anything on them. I'm hoping they'll be out sometime in about 2014. That's my prediction. Excuse me. Um, Okay, next one. Fallout games. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, awesome games. Not much I can say about them. Would it crash as often? It's raining, it's kind of raining here as well. Uh, how goes your yeah, top 5 kids shows is still a fucking nightmare. I'm still trying to debate, but we'll have to wait and see. Anything in particular else you want to talk about, like gaming related or stuff related? Anything in particular? Like, I can rant on about Mass Effect 3 more if you want. Um, just got to tweet again to see if anyone else wants to join us. 2 secs. Just give me 1 minute tweet. Skull. Nah, let's see. Where's it? Oh, God, there's a lot of comments from this latest video. Okay, so I'm trying to think as I'm have a quick look. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? Uh, anything interesting at E3? I've done videos, if you want to check them out, about what I thought about E3. Just basically all the stuff that I've mentioned in name, like Watch Dogs, The Last of Us. I'm trying to think what else. There were a lot of games at E3 that I was really interested in. Might as well ask you there. Is there anything specific that anyone wants me to talk about how bad Mass Effect 3 is, or any good points? Is there anything particular besides the ending? Because I've ranted on about that for the past fucking hour and a half. Well, sorry, hour. Anything in particular about Mass Effect 3 that you'd like me to discuss? Go on, keep thinking. Keep it going. Love the show. Doesn't dare bash them. Mass Effect 3 multiculturalism. Not a clue. Multiculturalism. Mass Effect 3. I don't think there's any racism. I don't think. Sex. Getting a lot of comments on this latest video. Uh, uh, Spanish Vega. Oh, no problem with that. I personally didn't like Vega that much. I really couldn't care if he started speaking Japanese. I wouldn't have cared. Don't like Vega that much. I don't like Freddie Prinze Jr. that much. So, yes. Edie and Joker. Edie was a disappointment for me, if I'm going to be honest. They missed out a good opportunity with her to have a good bit of character, in my opinion. Joker was fine; he was okay. Edie missed opportunity, in my opinion. I just wish they'd done more with Edie. In my opinion, it would have been a lot better. In my opinion, if they had more, in some ways, shape, one brought into the story a bit more than just to be a sexy robot to look at. And I don't even want to think how her and Joker get it on. Um, do you think Mass Effect 3 was rushed? I don't think it was ready. I've said it, I'll say it again. Mass Effect 3 was rushed beyond belief. Hands fucking down. I don't care. Anyone else can defend that. Mass Effect 3 was rushed beyond belief. Uh, that's all I can say about it. I'm actually going to have to end this, guys, because that's my mum going away to bed. So, I'm sorry, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it from all of you. Um, that's all I can say about it. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this, and maybe I'll do more of these in the future. If you want to watch it again, I'm going to upload it on YouTube maybe tomorrow sometime. But we'll see what happens. So, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to keep spreading the word and to keep the clan growing. We're only 50 away from 400 subscribers, and we'll keep it going. So, thanks for watching, and let's keep the clan growing. So, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you all later. Ciao for now. Mwah.